Hey there, it's Ms. Andrews, and today in math I wanted to talk to you a little bit about comparing numbers and comparing digits, really, within one number. So for simplicity's sake, what we're going to do today is we're going to just take a look at the sixes in this number. And because those digits are the same, we can think of them as sixes, but they're not really. So let's just go through this number and identify the value of each digit in each different place. And you're really going to need to have an understanding of place value and why that's so important. So when we're looking at this 9, we know that it's a 9, and we know that because it's in the ones place. So I'm just going to do a little 1 over it to show that it's in the 1 place. So we've got 9 ones, which gives that 9 a value of 9. And then taking a look at this 6, we see that it's in the 10 place. So it's not really worth 6, right? It's really worth 6 tens. So the value of it is really 60. And when we move over 1 place to the left, we're looking at our 5. And again, that's not really a 5, it's 5. And we know that that place is hundreds. So it's really worth 500. And then as we move left, we know that the value goes up. And what you're going to notice is it goes up 10 times the amount with each place over to the left. So I know that 1 times 10 is 10 times. 10 times 10 is 100. And then if we keep doing that, following that pattern, 100 times 10, we're going to get to 1,000. So really that 3 isn't a 3, it's 3,000. And now we're going to stop and we're going to take a look at the 6, and it's in the 10,000s. So we know that that 6 isn't really 6. It's 60,000. Okay, so we're going to compare these two different 6s. And when I'm comparing them, I'm going to just take a look and I'm going to identify the 6 and I'm going to look at where it is. It's in the tens place, so it's 60. And then I'm going to take a look at the 6 over here, which is in the 10,000 spot. And I'm going to write down the value of those two digits, 60,000 and 60. And so when you're comparing them, it's really helpful to take those numbers out, those digits out of their place, out of the bigger number, and identify them individually, such as I've done now. Now, the next thing I want to think about is that 60. I know that that 60 times something is 60,000. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to look at my 10, and I know that this digit here times 10 is going to bring me to the hundreds. And you can keep doing that. Times 10. And then I know that 10 times 100 is 1,000. And I know that 1,000 times 10 is 10,000. And you can do that each time times 10. So I know that if I'm going from 60 to hundreds, it's going to be times 10. And again, now I'm going to be looking at it. And because it's 10 times 10, it's really going to be times 100, because I've moved over 2 places, and now I'm moving over a 3rd place. So I know that to get from my tens place all the way over to the 10,000s place, I'm going to move it over 10 times, 100 times, 1,000 times. So I know that 60 times 1,000 equals 60,000. So I'm going to draw a line here. And now what I want you to do is I'm going to give you a new digit. And using this new digit, I want you to follow the same steps. So this time I'll make it a 5. I'm going to keep a 5 here this time rather than in the tens place. So go ahead and isolate those 5s and determine the value of each 5. Go ahead, stop, and do that right now. All right, so what you should have is you should have 50,000, right? That's the value of that 5. and 500. And we're going to compare those values right now. So I know that this is 500, and I know that each time when I go over, I'm multiplying it by 10. So 500 times 10 would be 5,000, but it's to the next spot. So I know that 5 times 10 would be 5,000. 5 times 100 would be 50,000. So I know that 50,000 is 100 times greater than 500. So you can do it two ways. You can do 50,000 divided by 100 equals 500. You can also do it this way. 50,000 with your equal sign here. 100 times 500 equals 50,000. So go ahead and try that out with another number on your own and see if you can determine how many times greater or how many times less, using the division symbol, is one number to another.